Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Hope you had a good day today. We're just gonna wait around, see if anybody else shows up. I hope. Um, Before we get started, let's see now. Ah, let's see. Let's see. What did I do today? Pretty much same old, same old. You know, um, what? Got my energy drink this morning. Watched some TV. And got home, then turned on my computer after having turned it off for a little while. Um, Watched my Toonami block and then prepared the stream. Had a quick hello to RJ on his stream, and then played some online games, and then yeah. So, anyways, that's about the crust of it. Hello. Maymay, are you subscribed to me? Because if you are, you should be getting notifications from me. I actually have been streaming. I stream every night. See. I mean, you are subscribed to me, right? So if you're subscribed to me, you should be getting notifications. I stream Monday through Friday, so must be my sim. May, even if I stream every night throughout the week, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. So so even if you're not getting notification, you should be, you know, uh, more or less. That's my schedule, unless of course I say something different, But yeah, I pretty much stream every night. So yeah, I hadn't seen you in a while. Wondering why, but I guess now I know why. Oh, anyways, we're just waiting around for more people to come in. Let's see. I had tried to set reminders. I don't know what was going on, and I am subbed. All right. Well, just sometimes YouTube can be a little funny that way, apparently. But just keep checking and keep making sure that you're subscribed and stuff, and just know that I do stream every night. So Monday through Friday. So so you don't miss anything. Because I mean, there are times I won't get notifications on certain videos from some of the guys I'm subscribed to too. So I know YouTube's a little screwy about that sometimes. Um, anyway, so Maymay, how have you been? Hopefully, all has been well with you. Hello, bro. How you doing tonight? Howdy. Messing with controller settings. How are y'all? All right, Dave. Hey, Dave, you're getting notifications from me, right? And my laptop giving problems again. Well, that could be part of it too. Um, maybe. When I log in and look. Yeah, the reason I was asking Dave is because May was just telling me apparently she wasn't getting any notifications from me. Apparently, even though she said she subbed, I know you're subbed as well. So. Hey, Solid, how you doing, man? Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm on mobile, by the way. My laptop needs fixing. My uncle helping me with it. Okay, that's cool. At least you're here, and now you at least know. So. So look like we have a few people in here, so I guess I can go ahead and kind of tell you guys what's on tap for tonight. I've got 6 stories tonight. Um, 2 from Bounding into Comics, and actually 4 of them from Critical Blast site, RJ's site. We're gonna actually start off with a couple of anime stories, and we got some comic stories and an animation stories. Among those include a top 5. Excuse me a moment, I got to go off camera here for a quick check. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So yeah, so basically, excuse me one more time. Sorry, guys, got to go off one more time. Be right back. All right. So, anyways, like I said, I got 6 stories tonight. 2 from Bounding into Comics, and then 4 from Critical Blast. The 2 Bounding into Comics are the anime-related ones, including some Crunchyroll news as well as some Netflix news. Um, Then the 4 on Critical Blast, we got a couple of top 5 stories to talk about, as well as a couple comics related news RJ reported on. So coming up on 9, just past the 9-minute mark here. So as always, guys, of course, if you can like and share the stream to see if we can get some more people in here, that would be appreciated. Um, And without any further ado, why don't we go ahead and get started here? Uh, all right, so with that being done, okay, so Uh, Anyways, okay, so let's get into the news story tonight. Um, all right, so here's going to be the first article we're going to go through here. As I said, we're going to start with the anime stories tonight and then get into like some of the more comic related stories. So here we go. Crunchyroll announces premiere date for Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Season 2 Entertainment Arc. Article written by Spencer Bacouli, published today. Okay, so hot off the resounding worldwide success of last winter's Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train, the next two arcs of the series' television anime adaptation, including its canonical second season, have officially received a Western simulcast release schedule courtesy of Crunchyroll. Say Kimetsu no Yaiba Season 1, Episode 22, Master of the Mansion. Tanjiro and Crew's return to television will begin Sunday, October 10th, when Crunchyroll will stream Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train arc, a 7-episode arc that adapts the popular film with an original episode, 70 new scenes, new music tracks, new open and ending animation, episode previews, and new theme songs. Movie Mugen Train 2020 Aniplex. Let's see. Additionally, the serialized rebroadcast of the film's storyline, quote, will all connect the Tanjiro Kamado Unwavering Resolve arc with the Entertainment District arc, featuring a never before seen original episode of Kyojuro Rengoku taking on a new mission on the way to the Mugen Train. In honor of its rebroadcast, which serves as a sort of season 1.5 to the overall anime, the Mugen Train arc received its own key visual. And I guess here is that right there. Then on Sunday, December 5th, Crunchyroll will stream the hour-long premiere of Demon Slayer's second season, which will adapt the aforementioned Entertainment District arc, and see Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu team up with the Sound Hashira, Tengen Uzui, to take on the upper rank 6 demoness known as Daki. The key visual for the Entertainment District arc can be seen below. So here's the visual here for entertainment. For fans who want to catch up on the series that managed to set the international box office aflame, the sub version of the series' first season, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, Tanjiro Kamado Unwavering Resolve arc, is currently available to stream on Crunchyroll. So what do y'all make of that? Um, Anybody got anything to say about it thus far? All right. So, anyways, Hey, Woody. Not me. How you doing, man? As always, guys, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. If you guys can help out with that, that'd be appreciated. Oh, hmm, see if we can get some more friendlier people in here, just like you guys. All right. So, anyways, now we're gonna move on to the next article. And here's the next article we're going to be looking at. Netflix announces second season of Ultraman. Article by John F. Trent, published earlier today. Netflix announced Ultraman will get a second season during their recent fan event. Ta-dum! Um, During the live streamed event, Netflix announced the long-awaited second season is finally coming um, in 2022. Ryohei Kimura, the voice director for Shinjiro Hayata on Ultraman, then revealed that Netflix's Ultraman series, which debuted in 2019, quote, was the most watched anime of that year, unquote. He also announced, quote, its highly anticipated season two, highly anticipated season two will return in 2022, unquote. Uh, Excuse me a moment, guys. Why? I gotta go tend to my dog. I'll be right back. Anyways, okay. Well, anyways, I'm back now. Well, maybe we just try to ignore them. Actually, they have kind of been. We don't really want to talk about it too much. Um, the best thing you can do to help is by liking and sharing the Strange Thing. If you can get some more people in here to come in and like it, to counter those dislikes. That's the only thing we can really try to do here is to just try to see if we can get some more people to come in. And if you can, as I said, if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, that would really help. Um, so, anyways, moving on as we get back to the article here. In a press release, Netflix provided more details on the second season, stating, quote, several years have passed since the events of Ultraman with the legendary, quote, giant of light, now a memory as it is believed he returned home after fighting the many giant aliens that invaded the Earth. They added, quote, Shin Hayata's son, Shinjiro, um, seems to possess a strange ability, and it is this ability, along with his father's revelation that he was Ultraman, that leads Shinjiro to battle the new aliens invading the Earth as the new Ultraman. They also released new key art for the second season. Take a look below. Okay. So here's the key art for the Ultraman, the Netflix Ultraman series season 2. Actually, in a way, the bodysuits kind of look more like kind of an Iron Man design to me, but then that could be, that could be it, because I think wasn't one of Iron Man's arch enemies Ultraman. This news for the second season comes after Netflix announced they would be creating a CGI animated Ultraman film in collaboration with. Oh wait, no, this is a different Ultraman altogether. Never mind. With Suburaya Productions. As reported by Variety, this new film is expected to feature a brand new storyline and will be animated by Industrial Light and Magic. The official description from Netflix reads, quote, baseball superstar Ken Sato returns to his home country of Japan to pick up the mantle of Earth defending superhero Ultraman, who quickly finds more than he bargained for when he's forced to raise the offspring of his greatest foe, a newborn kaiju, unquote. It adds, quote, struggling to balance the roles of teammate and new father, Ken must confront his own ego, his estranged father, and the conniving kaiju defense force to rise up and discover what it truly means to be Ultraman, unquote. The film is being directed by Shannon Tyndall, who stated, quote, making this film is a dream come true. What began as an original story inspired by my love of Eiji Tsuburaya's Ultraman somehow became an actual Ultraman film, thanks to the incredible trust of the team at Tsuburaya Productions and the support of the folks at Netflix Animation, unquote. Quote, we've assembled an all-star team, and I can't wait to share our unique take on Ultraman with the rest of the world. She added, are you looking forward to Ultraman Season 2? Um, so with that, that's the end of that article. Let's see now. Let me see. I guess there's a few things that. So Leto came in. Okay. Hey, Mike, Dave, Woody. Hey, Leto. As always, if you can help out by liking and sharing the stream, that would be appreciated. Um, all right. These guys are obviously trying to be. All right. So, anyways, hope you all are well. Hi, Leto. How's Mrs. Leto and her transportation? I'm doing great, thanks. Okay. She's swollen. I had a lot of driving back and forth, making trips for her, seeing seeing that my main car is now the only way to travel. Um, Multiple Ultraman. What is the world coming to? Ultraman, Woody, Ultraman. Let's see. Oh yeah. Should be some kind of license board to make sure there's only one Ultraman. I want to see Ultraman for giggles. Yep. I don't know. What are you up to, Mike? Nothing much. I guess I got a little sidetracked here mentally here. Anyways, we'll move on to the next story here. As we do have 6 stories we're doing tonight. We just did 2 of them. The 2 anime stories, the Ultraman story, and the we did a Crunchyroll made an announcement in regards to season 2 of um you're, pa- you're pausing. Yeah, I know. Kind of got thrown off a little bit there, unfortunately, with what was just going on. Trying not to, you know how it goes sometimes, though. But anyways, now getting refocused here. So, anyways, getting back to articles here. All right, so we have like 4 articles we're gonna go through from RJ's site, Critical Blast. So, um, yeah. While waiting in the car, while my wife goes in and out of stores, I've been starting to watch Demon Slayer. So far, so good. Yeah, they just announced that I guess Crunchyroll will be doing a second season as well as doing a television arc based on the movie. So, Mugen Train. Never watched it. So, is somebody's um, insurance company going to try to help you into a car? Anyways, let's get going with the next story here. Kessel and Han deliver the impossible. A comic book that's fun. Excuse me, guys, again, I gotta go tend to Chloe here real quick. I'll be right back. All right. All right. Right. If you today, what? Okay. So, anyways, getting to the article here. Um, Kessel and Han deliver the impossible, a comic book that's fun. So let's see. And this is written by R.J. Carter back on Saturday afternoon, it looks like. So let's see what he has to say about this. And I guess this is a panel from this for this article from this comic they're talking about here. Impossible Jones and Holly Days. Okay, a very interesting pair of names. I've heard the argument in parentheses. Heck, I've made the argument on parentheses repeatedly that crowdfunding platforms are the new go-to source to find good, entertaining comic book material, which we've been seeing. If you watch RJ's nightly streams, you'll know that because he's been helping to push a lot of those crowd-funded comics. Never have I felt more vindicated in this regard with my recent acquisition of Impossible Team Up A, Possible Jones and Holly Days. From the first page splash to the page turning reveal of the situation, this book is a right mix of lighthearted fun with serious action and adventure. The story focuses on the characters of Impossible Jones, a thief given superpowers and mistaken for a hero, and Holly Days, a former superhero disgraced and turned to villainy. Imp, in parentheses, to her friends, has a power set similar to Plastic Man, while Holly is more of a girl of gimmicks. Um, Imp, as an Impossible Jones. Okay, all of which, um, all of which are holiday inspired. Um, Hence the name Holly Days. um, she's also the former sidekick to a truly psychopathic murderer, Krampus, whose memory continues to haunt her. When Imp and Holly befriend another girl dressed like Imp at a nightclub with a cosplay theme, they discover the next morning that the girl has been murdered with Christmas lights. The immediate focus is put on Holly, and the police have turned to Imp for help tracking her down and bringing her in. Except Imp and Holly, except Imp and Holly are best friends. And Holly's story is that she is sure Krampus is back from the dead, potentially, and is doing this to haunt her even further. It's up to Imp to find the real killer. If indeed Holly is not the killer after all, and she has to do it while under the watchful eye of Detective Engine Brightraven. The book also contains a backup feature introducing the character of Even Steven, a mystery man reminiscent of the Question or the Odd Man, whose shtick is that he's always evenly matched with whomever his opponent is. It's an intriguing short with a setup that promises multiple, quote, secret origins of the character to come. Whoa, this sounds kind of interesting. David Hahn's artwork resides somewhere on the realism side of Bruce Timm's animated universe work. Cartoonish enough to be fun, realistic enough to not feel like you're reading a cartoon book. And Kessel's writing draws the reader into Imp's world, which under the surface is one of paranoia that the world is finally going to catch on that she's not who she is pretending to be. Okay, Imp is hurting. I thought Imp might have been Impossible Jones, but kind of confusing here the way they're doing this, I guess. Put them both together, and what you have is an addicting cocktail of comics that will remind you why you got into this hobby in the first place. Let's see, before I read the. Let's see what you guys are saying here thus far. I live out here in the sticks, so when I go to a big city with freaking Critical Blast website looking pretty cool. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. There's Leto. And yeah, he's a smooth dude. He gets a lot of great interviews. Yeah, you guys should really check that out. He streams every day Monday through. Well, he streams pretty much every day Monday through Friday, doing those interviews. basically 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. So can't imagine the time he puts into that site. Looks well done. Got I got it bouncing. I got to bounding into comics a lot because I like their point of view. Yep. Well, I do a lot of the articles from there too, Leto. Um, and don't forget, I also am on his channel on Sunday nights for the open mic nights too, guys, on Critical Blast as well. So, but need something else for recommendations sometimes. Your boy Zach know what's way up. Mm-hmm. Wait, what? Who's that? Your boy Zach, that's Richard Myers. That's the guy who owns Bounding into Comics, Leto, as I recall. What's up, Broden? Hey, Batgoat. As always, if you guys can help with the likes and the shares, that would really be appreciated. Um, see if we can find a way, and if you can share it, see if we can get some more friendly people in here, and see if we can get the likes up to above 10 right now, if we can, if that's possible. Can't always catch his streams since I'm usually sleeping afternoon hours. What's up, Batgoat? Your boy Zach. Oh, fascinating. I see. One, I guess May May's phone must have gone out or something because I guess she's not here now. Anyways, being a crowdfunded book, this issue includes a 2-page spread in the back thanking all the backers. Additionally, it does something I've not seen other crowdfunded books do. Draws attention to those who choose the drawn into the book quote tier by showing thumbnails of the scenes they were in juxtaposed with the photo they submitted for comparison. If you find this book on eBay, or by chance it becomes available to the mass market in another form, grab it up. You can thank me later. Does sound pretty cool there. There we go with that. That's the first of 4 articles we're going to do from RJ. I'm going to see if I can track him down a bit to where he can. I'm going through your articles. Alright, so anyways. Publisher of Bounding into Comics, it's EBS referred to. I was listening to him a few years ago. He writes some of the article. The article we just read is one of his. I think he's got a few other people who write for the site too. Oh, great. Now connection's unstable. Well, R.J. Carter is his real name. Can't really hide it. So, all right. Well, anyways, um, getting back to the yeah, Leto. I'm not really much on the writing side of it. I'm more of a. I I think I do more of my better work as a commentator as opposed to writing stuff down. Um, that's just the way I am. So, anyways, let's move on to the next article here. Okay, what's kind of funny is Leto and how you say that. Um, let's see. I had recently told one of my local newspaper guy that I do a YouTube show where I do commentary. He suggested the same thing. Only he suggested I come, maybe consider writing for the local paper here. But again, as I said, I feel I do better as a commentator than as a actual writer. Hmm. 5 best comics released over the last 5 years. What are the most widespread associations with the word comics? We can offer an associative series, um, Stan Lee, Marvel, DC Comics, and superheroes. If you have friends who don't read comics and know nothing about this culture, ask them about associations, um, and you'll certainly hear one of the words we mentioned. It's hard to say that it's a golden age of comics. Experts state that their popularity has declined over the past years, but the number of people who purchase comics books in retail stores and online proves the opposite. If you visit Reddit or another forum, you'll see how many threads are devoted to discussing comic books, comic heroes, movies, and movies based on them. Now, what we have to understand too is, yeah, the sales from like the big two have been going down. I know Tug did a video earlier today talking about Marvel's financial troubles. Um, let's see that happened. Oh, by the way, this article is the 5 best comics released over the last 5 years. That's the name of this article. It was written by Bill Casticart. Um, like about 7 this morning when the article was posted here. Um, so yeah, so we know Tug did a stock analysis of Marvel this morning, but then for whatever reason, I don't know why, but he ended up taking it down. I don't know if he got busted or what, but for something. But by the way, we think that the COVID-19 pandemic played a big role in reviving popularity of this culture. We all were forced to stay at home, and reading comic books was another way to entertain ourselves in lonely evenings. It's great that you decided to immerse into the world of comics and to start by getting acquainted with the best comics of the last 5 years. Might have heard of some of them, and now it's time to get closer to this culture. We'll give you some short descriptions of each book we'll mention here. Choose the ones seeming the most exciting and interesting to read first. Guess these are in no particular order or what have you. See, could be better. That goat wife totaled a car, but she's fine. That's all that matters. Yeah, I mentioned that to Batgirl last night. So glad she's okay. Should always write things down before I do a video. Again, I'm more verbal. Just tired because I'm doing a bit more driving than I'd like to. Yeah, I'm seeing that Doctor Strange and Spider-Man thing. Perfect timing for Disney's Marvel. Consider. Oh, well, we read that article yesterday, Leto. You talking about like the Ditko estate, along with a few other creators' estates suing Marvel to terminate the copyrights. Is that what you're talking about? We actually read that article yesterday. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, so getting back to the article here. Actually, let me see what time it is here. Oh, we're coming up on 53 minutes, or about halfway through here. Number one, House of X, Powers of X, 2019. Let's start the compilation with the recent release. House of X and Power of X was published by Marvel Comics 2019. The overall number of issues is 12. The comic is also known as Hawks and Pox. It's a crossover storyline that ends in Dawn of X. So Docs, oh boy. The story of Hawks and Pox started in Avengers and New Avengers, released in 2015. No one expected that Jonathan Hickman would publish two separate books about X-Men. But we have them now. As you may have guessed, Hawks and Pox generated much interest among fans. They knew Hickman as an author of Fantastic Four and Avengers comic books. So there were no doubts as to the success of the story about X-Men. If you're afraid you'll lack time to read this outstanding book because of work, studies, or household chores, consider getting some help. Students can pay for essay cheap. Workers can take a day off, and household chores can simply wait for you. Scalped from 2017, number 2 here. It's time to take our minds off DC and Marvel. These are the most popular and well-known comic book publishers, but we shouldn't limit the whole industry to them. Many other companies issue interesting comic books, and Vertigo is worthy of discussion. Yeah, Vertigo is an imprint of DC, though. Even though DC Comics is its maternal company, Vertigo's maternal meaning mother. Basically, Vertigo is a part of DC. It's a branch of DC, basically. That's what they're saying here. Vertigo's products are different from what we used to see in DC. Scalped, another comic books of Vertigo. Yeah, Vertigo tends to be a darker style of comic book. They tend to deal with more like darker and more maybe some more adult themes. Like they did like the Neil Gaiman Sandman books. I think they did some Swamp Thing and Constantine books as well. Um, focus on the young adult audience that is used to seeing violent scenes, alcohol consumption, and smoking. Again, a more mature brand than your normal DC comic. If you aren't used to serious topics in comics, save this book for later. The plot of Scalped revolves around an FBI investigation on the reservation. The story is full of crime, violence, betrayal, and hope. Okay. That's all right, Leto. I'm sorry too. I should have been a little more sensitive to that. You know, yeah, I'm sorry about I didn't mean to like knock you for that. I get it. Still fascinating though. You're a good dude. Number 3, all new Wolverine from 2015. Okay, that's a little further back than 5 years. Okay, that's. If you're interested in Logan's story, be ready to spend all your free time reading these books. The first issue of All New Wolverine was released 2015, but the last one in 2018. There are 35 issues, and each of them was well received by Marvel fans worldwide. This book was a part of the all new, all different Marvel relaunch, including stories about Captain America, Black Panther, Deadpool, Shield, and other popular heroes. All New Wolverine is a story about Logan's daughter, Laura Kinney, who decided to follow in her father's footsteps. Number 4, American Gods, 2018. American Gods is a well-known fantasy novel released in 2001. It's an especially interesting piece of prose containing elements of mythology, fantasy, and Americana. Kind of sounds a little bit like American Gothic. There was a TV show back in the 90s called American Gothic. Dark Horse Comics was inspired by the success of this novel, decided to create a series of comic books on its basis. The complete American Gods contain 3 comic books, Shadows, My Angel, and The Moment of the Storm. The last volume was issued in 2020, and judging by the readers' reviews, it's worth reading. We guarantee that you'll enjoy the stunning images and an interesting plot. And then number 5, Monstrous, 2019. Let's review another masterpiece of Image Comics, A Monstrous. This comic book series was released first in 2015 and is ongoing. It means that we'll see many more epic fantasy stories focused on a teenage girl who is connected to a monster. The girl lives in a world full of mysterious creatures and magicians. Well, the demon has taken possession of the girl, and her task now is to learn to control it and understand herself You must be age 16 or over to read the story because it's full of violence and other scenes for young adult readers only. So there we go with that one. So we still got 2 more articles to go. Let's see. You're good, Mike. Let's see. Now we got 6. That's good. As always, guys, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. If you haven't liked and shared the stream yet, that would really help. See if we can get some more people. When I was a kid, all we had was hop on pop. What's hop and pop? It's the name of a Dr. Seuss book. Dr. Seuss said the ancient boomer. I hardly read. I couldn't read till like 3rd or 2nd grade. Excuse me a moment, guys. I'll be right back. Gotta go tend to the dog. Sister and nephew are out working out right now, so of course I'm home with the dog. Anyways, hello, ladies, and screen zooms out, and we see Action sitting in his study next to a well lit fireplace of glass, of whiskey on the rock in one hand, and a $2,000 cigar in the other. He raises his glass and cheers. Hey, Action! Thank you for being here. As always, if you can help liking and sharing the stream, that'd be appreciated. We always like having you here. Yeah, we got 5 people in here now. That's cool. Did you read Green Eggs and Ham? That's the classic, Doctor. Yeah, that is. Hi, toys. Let's see. $2,000 cigar. Hey, toys. Pro wrestling speak. That cigar is going to be smashed before this kid is over. It rolled. I've rolled a $500 joint before, but that's ridiculous. 2,000 cigar? Are you joking? That goat's going to do it. Right now we got 7 people. Let's see. It better be rolled by gold and in encrusted Cubans. I tell you that much. Let's see. Laugh out loud. This little piggy had roast beef, and this little piggy had none. And this little piggy smoked weed, 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 all the way home. I'll be enjoying my Gurkha cigar and $1,500 glass of whiskey. Special occasion toys. He's the world champion. Okay, so anyways, it looks like we have up to 7 people now, so that's good. So for those newer people, hopefully you feel welcome. You know, all right. So, anyways, getting back to the comics here, or getting back to the articles here, we got 2 more to get through here. Going inside Antarctic Press's rags with Brian Ball. Now, RJ he submitted this yesterday, the morning. Of course, he had a stream last night on this too. Oh, look at that girl. It's my okay. So this is RJ talking here. It's my job to know what's going on in comics, mainstream, independent, and crowdfunded. So when I noted once again that people were talking about a particular redhead, I realized there were still things not on my radar. What was this Rags comic really about? Who was Regina Rogowski? A Spitfire in a battle against zombies, or a comely spacefaring adventurer? What was the mysterious thing created by Brian Ball and Trent Luther that had fans supporting it, borrowing from it, homaging it, and giving it all this attention? Pull back the covers from Rags. I sat down with the one guy who had all the answers, Brian Ball. For 90 minutes, we ironed out the differences between Regina and Sailor Rogowski, as well as questioned rumors about the divide and if there was one between Antarctic Press and Ball's own company, New Age Ninja Corps. Click and then he did, as I said, he had a stream yesterday where he talked to this guy. So all right, and that was all for that. So that was a pretty quick one there. So we've got one more article to get through. Oh, Julia, would be proud. So we're at hour and 10. So we got one, as I said, we got one more article to get through, and then we will be done here. Always, guys, if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, that would really be appreciated. To get some more friendly people in here. All right, so here's the last article of the night. The last main article, anyways. And this article comes to us from Bill Casticart again. He did one on comics earlier. Now he wants to talk about the top 5 cartoons released during the past 5 years. There's the Incredibles right there. As we get older, cartoons remain important to us, making us feel carefree and young. And no matter what you like to watch, classic cartoons such as Looney Tunes or The Simpsons, which also became a classic today, um, there are plenty of emotions that may arise and create the feelings of nostalgia. There are plenty of reasons why we watch. And this, by the way, I believe this article was done today, right? Yeah, it was published this morning. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? We watch cartoons. Some of us want to revive childhood memories and feel young again. Others prefer being entertained and having fun when watching animated movies, as opposed to being preached to. I take it. Anyway, nothing can be better than coming home from work or studies at the end of the day, preparing dinner, and watching your favorite cartoon. Kids may join you if the movie is suitable for their age. Gathering together in the family or with with your friends makes these moments even more special. Some young people save a little more time for these special evenings with their loved ones to see animated movies together. Making a request for their assignment. Can you write? Can you write essay for me cheap, please? Quote unquote. Provides them with more free time and joy in the daily routine. 5 best animated movies for your family and friends. It doesn't matter why you choose cartoons. Most importantly, is to find the best cartoon which your family would enjoy, even if you are alone um, and have nothing to do at the end of your working day. Pick out one of the cartoons to have a perfect escape from stress, which we all experience in our adult life. Um, and it doesn't matter how old you are. Just sit comfortably on your couch and enjoy the best cartoons um, released um, during the last 5 years. Number one, Zootopia. Produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios, it became one of the most popular American cartoons, which received positive reviews from critics rather. You will find everything perfect in this movie, from the screenplay, animation, voice acting, and music. The plot will take you away from reality into the animal world of anthropomorphic mammals, um, where you would imagine yourself being a different creature peeking into the titular city where the real action is taking place. In the story, predators are disappearing, and the animals try to solve the mystery and uncover this criminal conspiracy. The film is suitable for both kids and adults. It will make your children live through the situation and hardships the animals overcome in the cartoon and feel sorry for them. A wonderful choice for your favorite pastime. I believe these are the movies. Number two, Incredibles 2. Do you feel like watching a cartoon about superheroes? Then this American computer animated film is right for you. First full length movie was released in 2004. The second story follows the previous one by telling you how the family tries to restore the public's trust in superheroes. You'll get a dose of humor when watching this movie. The plot is very instructive for children to see an example of family relationships. Animation and music do their best to support the story and create a positive effect on the audience. The cartoon is really worth your time. but start watching with the first one if you haven't done it yet, because Incredibles 2 follows the previous film's events. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. No one will ever get bored of a Spider-Man, no matter how many times you've seen it. There will always be an interest to rewatch it again. And here comes an animation featuring the Marvel Comics character Miles Morales. Can you imagine other Spider people from parallel universes apart from Miles Morales? And they all follow the same purpose, which is to save New York from the Kingpin. The animated movie won several awards, became one of the cartoons to win an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. Ralph Breaks the Internet. 6 years after the first film, Walt Disney Studios created another one, which became a sequel to the Wreck-It Ralph. It is one of the best works of the year, which is aimed to entertain both the younger audience and adults. Quote, Ralph Breaks the Internet, unquote, has a very sweet and smart plot. This cartoon is a great addition to Disney's decent sequels. If you are a fan of them, you will definitely enjoy this movie together with your friends and family. 5. Tom and Jerry. This is a movie for the kids and family to enjoy. A simple plot that implies that the mouse is escaping the fanciest hotel where the wedding takes place, and Tom is hired by a young woman named Kayla to exterminate Jerry. But the whole point of the movie is its live action as it's a computer animated slapstick comedy. You will find the same techniques of producing the screeches, yells, gasps, howls, and screams for Tom and Jerry as in previous original cartoons from 1942. This will give you a feeling of retrieved memory when watching classic elements in a way that looks nostalgic but somehow new. Okay, so there we go. So we're done with all the articles tonight, with the main articles, anyways. As always, guys, of course, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. If you haven't liked the stream already, appreciate it if you would. At this. Female Dr. Octopus, that's onto my short list. Yeah, I think there was a female Dr. Octopus. Anyways, so we're at an hour and 19 minutes, guys. What an alternate universe. So, how's everybody doing? We've been shifting back and forth between 5 and 8 viewers, so that's been a good thing to see. Hopefully, everybody's been enjoying the content tonight, despite our little friend. All right, so let's see now. Was in the movie? I don't know. I am well, Mike. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you. I guess your work schedule's been adjusted a little bit because now you're able to come in now again, action. So, is that right? Yeah, that would be nice. Three. I would actually love three more likes if that was possible. For tomorrow, yes, I don't have to wake up for 4 a.m. Laugh on. They do the tentacle over thing with Dr. Chen in Galaxy Quest. Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything you guys want to ask? I mean, if there's nothing else on your guys' mind, I guess we can start to wrap up here a bit. Maybe do niche history unless you guys have something else you want to talk about. Mike, you should write. Give you a perspective on old comic. Again, I just feel more. I feel more kind of. I feel I can do more just verbally than in written form. Where's Mike's only? I don't have an OnlyFans account. I only have right at this point. I only have Facebook and Minds. Those are the only two social media sites I have accounts on. I don't have OnlyFans. I'm a fortune to write. Yeah, right. Ah, you know what is kind of funny though? Years ago, in fact, I still have a copy of it. I actually did write. I did actually start to write a story that I was, that I started to write a story, right? Um, I just haven't gotten around to really finishing it. It's a long way from being finished. I just kind of throw something together that I wanted to try. If I did really get into it or anything like that, might have wanted to try to make an anime out of it. But the only thing is, I haven't worked on it in years, though. I still have it, but don't get an OnlyFans for a love. Why not? Go on. Tell us. Tell us what. Tell you what. What you want to hear what I wrote, Leto? You actually want me to read what I actually wrote? Granted, it's an incomplete story. It's only and I have over the years kind of worked on a little bit here and there, but you know, OnlyFans is just for the thoughts. Yes, Mike, I want to know what you wrote. Well, Okay, well, let me. Well, we got some other people in here. Any does anybody else want me to read what I wrote? Yeah, I'd also like to hear what you wrote. All right, I guess I'll give it a shot in here. Just now, mind you guys, though, this is an incomplete story. I haven't even thought about it in years, so I don't even know how, if I were to start writing in it again, how I would even continue. Tidbits. You don't have to read it all. Well, let's. All right. Now, mind you guys, I'm not a professional writer. This is just something that kind of popped in my head, a bit of a fantasy thing that see to fast forward. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll just kind of read. I mean, my writing style is a bit, probably is a bit like straightforward. So, anyways, okay. So the name of the story that I gave is Blue Kimono. Okay, and you'll understand why as I read this. Okay, so the name of this story is Blue. Come on, let's see. How many pages did I actually? Let's see. One, one. Let's see. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So 14, like about 14 and a half pages I've written so far. Yeah, I'd have to read it straight through, Leto, because as I said, I haven't even pulled this thing out in a year or so. So it's like I don't even remember what I was writing at the time. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and read it, at least some of it. See, we're at an hour and a half here, um so anyways, here we go. As the young man walked wait as the young man waits in line at the cafe, he okay. So let me give you at least a little bit idea of the setting here in this first part of the story. Basically, the individual's at a like a convention, like an anime convention, basically. So, um, anyways, here we go. Start up again here. As the young man waits in line at the cafe, his eyes catch sight of a beautiful blue-haired woman in a blue kimono, accompanied by a young man. Little did the man waiting in line know, as their eyes met, what adventure awaits him. As their eyes met, the blue-haired woman walked over to the man and whispered in his ear with broken English and a Japanese accent, would you dine with me tonight?" Cautious but intrigued, the man answered, "Sure, after all, I got nothing better to do." Um, "Good," she replied. "Please come to room 1307 at 7 o'clock and ask for Sarah," she explained. "Okay," the man replied. "My name is Mark. May I ask yours?" The man asked. Um, the answers to all your questions will be made clear soon enough. "See you at 7," she replied with a smile and a wink, and walked away. Befuddled, Mark just watched as she walked away as if mesmerized. Let's see what you get. Let's see if you guys are saying anything about that thus far. Uh, just read one page. Okay, cool. Laugh out loud. Well said. Smoothie. Let's see. As Sarah returned to her escort, he asked, "What was that all about?" Oh wait. Oh, I'm sorry. As Sarah returned to her escort, the escort asked, "What was that all about?" Sarah replied, um, oh wait, he asked, as in the escort asked, sorry. Um, Sarah replied, I sent some forces within that young man, and a hidden ability as well." "What do you mean?" asked her escort. "That I cannot say until my sisters and I have the chance to see him," Sarah replied. And with that, they continued on their way. So that's at least through the first kind of portion of it, at least. But so it sounds like this guy just got a hooker. Laugh out loud. Young man has big peep. Um, let's just say the story does take some interesting turns. Um, I did try to put a few extra elements in it. She senses it. Um, yeah, but it's not quite what you think, Leto. What you guys think? You guys want me to keep reading? Actually, we're already past the hour and a half mark. It's gonna take a while to read. But even I don't know if I really want to read everything either because um keep reading. Okay. Only because if I were to decide to publish this, um, somebody could steal it before I'd have a chance to copyright it. Yes. All right. So, do you guys want me to keep reading and even with what I said there? No, this is proof it's yours. One more page. Yeah, well, to get the crust of what's going on, it's going to take more than one page, but then Nietzsche. All right, well, maybe we'll do a couple because there's more, as I said, there's more to this than. Okay, there's more to this to kind of get a feel for where the story's kind of going here. So, Mike will read, and Mike will get the hose, or Mike will get the hose. All right. Okay. It had been about 1 o'clock when Mark met Sarah, and as the hours passed before 7, Mark would have 3 more interesting encounters as Mark would. Okay. As Mark walked down the hallway, he came upon a girl being harassed by a group of boys. Leave her alone! He yelled. Get out of here! He exclaimed as security um, came along to chase them off. As he knelt down beside her, he asked, "Are you all right?" Um, Taking notice of her orange hair and kimono, um, yes, I'm all right. The girl sobbed. Just then, the young man from earlier came running up. Miss Suzu, Miss Suzu, he cried. What happened here? He asked angrily, taking note taking notice of Mark. You! He exclaimed. What have you done? The man asked. Calm down, Mark replied. I didn't do anything to her, Mark answered. Mark continued. I just came along as some boys were bothering her. That's it. It's true, Kai, Suzu sobbed. He was just trying to help, she continued. Please leave him alone, Suzu pleaded. With a menacing glare toward Mark, Kai said, All right, let's go, Miss Suzu. With that, both uh, both parties went their separate ways, um, unknow- unknowing of what was still to come. Let's see what you guys are saying here. We don't need no crooks. Action walks over to Mr. Wood and hands him a glass of whiskey. Sounds like an anime Matsuri um, September for the harassment of the people asking to go to my motel or me to join them in crazy amounts. Well, again, remember, Leto, this is kind of me trying to write an anime story based on what I've known, what I've come to learn about anime over the years. You know, with obviously kind of with what you guys can probably tell already, it has quite a bit of a heavy emphasis on harem anime, as that is one of my favorite genres. Advice: what happens at cons stays at cons. Again, Yeah, so I got to the first page. You guys want me to? We're at an hour 40 now. You guys want me to continue reading? Bring your raincoat. Did you go to anime conventions a lot, Mike? Not a whole lot. I've been to a few. I haven't been to one in years. I went to let's see. I went to a few back in the latter part of the 2000s. Like I think one of the last ones I went to might have been in 2011 or 2012. I actually met Vic originally at Annie Magic back. I think it was like in 2006 or seven or something like that. All those years ago, but I haven't been to one in years. So by now, some of the lifestyle stuff here might be a little outdated as compared to how conventions probably are now. Is think if you're gonna think con environments, think kind of more like late 2000s, early 2010s. Think that time period, and you might kind of get an idea for more of the setting there, at least the initial setting. All right. So again, I ask you, would you get nah, let's niche it. It probably I'll probably ask you next Monday or Tuesday. For more sure. Well, how about this, guys? Let me ask you this, okay? And maybe we can set it up for Monday. In fact, since that's one of the days. Would you guys like me to devote pretty much an entire episode to reading the story? If I read it and maybe you guys like it, maybe I will think about trying to continue it or write more of it or whatever. Um, but would you guys like me to spend like an entire now? If I do this, I'd want you guys to try to be here on time, like right at 7 o'clock, so we can get started. Okay. So if you guys want, maybe this coming Monday, I will go ahead and read my read the story as I have it thus far. And maybe I'll take one episode here to like read the entire story and or any additions I may make to it now that I've got started thinking about it again. So what do you guys say to all that? Let's see. Need it. Okay. Oh, cool. Original story Mondays. Sounds good. I only have one original story. This one I may be, I always show up on Indian time. I'm off Mondays, so I'll be here, but on time depends on life. You know, don't just tell me otherwise. Yep, I understand that. I'll listen to a story every night, Mondays. All right, so again, let me ask this just for clarification here. One more time here. For this coming Monday, the Monday, October the 4th. Would you guys like me to go ahead and read the entirety of the story up to that point? If I add anything new, of course, I'll read that as much as well. I'll read it from start to wherever I end up at. Would you guys like me to do that? F. Why? Okay. Why are you saying F there, Leto? Sure, sounds good. All right. Everybody else kind of agree with that? You guys want me to do that on Monday? Woody, action. You guys want me to do that? Leto has Mondays off and no streams. How dare you have a life, sir? I am shocked and appalled and this here revelation. Chat said disconnect, but it reconnected. Yeah, go for it, Mike. All right. So, anyways, all right. So this Monday we'll go ahead. I'll set the time aside to. I'll go through my story here. Um, I may even reread it myself tonight. See if I want to add anything to it. Started working on it a few years ago and just never got around to finishing it or seeing what what I want to do with it. So, anyways, okay. So, yeah, go for it, Mike. Okay, and then action. Be right back. Got to finish off the maid before she gets dressed. Okay. Anyways, all right. So we're at an hour 48. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna wrap up here. Tomorrow night we'll be, go back to the. Sorry, I forgot the shovel. Okay, so next Monday I will go ahead and do that. I'll just set some time aside to go ahead and read that story that I wrote for you. So see what you guys think of it. But anyways, so today being so I guess you guys are ready for this day in each history. Today being Tuesday, September 28th. And on Monday, noted. At least what I've done so far. I may decide to write more. But anyways, um today being Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. Um Noted. All right. So anyways, today being Tuesday okay. Again, today being Tuesday, um September 28th, 2021. Let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. Sucks that Nick didn't post that he'll be streaming. Well, he may not be streaming tonight. Yeah, I don't see any notification. Sometimes that happens. He doesn't always stream. So, anyways, without any further ado, let me just quickly go through 51, 91, 80, and then 81. All right, so without any further ado, then let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. And first off, we're going to head back 70 years ago today. On this date in 1951, the 105th issue of Sweethearts from Fawcett Comics went on sale on this date. Sweethearts was more of a romantic type comic title, which quite a few of these were actually popular back in the 50s. Now, initially, this book started out as Captain Midnight, but then at, I think it was issue 66, 67, around there, they switched it to Sweethearts. So On this date in 1951, 70 years ago today, the 105th issue of Sweethearts went on sale for 10 cents, and it was 32 pages. So, anyways, as we get ready to move on to the next. Now, what I'm going to say here is this. In the world of animation, 1981 is just so nice that we're going to hit it twice. As on this day, as first off, on this date in 1981, on British television's ITV, debuted the British cartoon Danger Mouse. Now, I remember this thing did come over to the States sometime in the late 80s because I saw it as a kid as well in syndication. But on this date in 1981, Danger Mouse, the British cartoon Danger Mouse, premiered on ITV on this date in 1981. And also on this date in 1981, in the realm of anime, the Shin L animation anime Ninja Hattori-kun would premiere on TV Asahi on this date in 1981. So on this date in 1981, the Shin L animation anime Ninja Hattori-kun would premiere on TV Asahi on this date in 1981, 40 years ago today. So, all right. And finally, on this date in 1991, on this date in 1991 from Portland, Oregon, Rip Oliver would defeat Steve Dahl for the NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 1991, Rip Oliver, the crippler Rip Oliver, would defeat Steve Dahl for the NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight title. So there we go. So that's all that happened on this day in Niche history. I thank you guys again for being here. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be back to doing news items. Also, this Friday, Batgo and I will continue our comics history retrospect. We'll be finishing up May of 1938. And as per special request from Leto, next Monday this Monday, October the 4th, I will be going ahead and reading my own original writing from that I started years ago. So until tomorrow, guys. Bye.